All right, so it's the morning of the 24th. I'm going back out to a stand I sat in last night where I had a couple does walking on me, 3 does, and seen about probably 5-6 deer total last night. So it was a pretty decent sit. No bucks, but we've got some on camera, a couple good ones in this area. This morning, the wind is perfect. It's gonna be a little bit overcast. We got northwest wind blowing in, so it's blowing my scent right off a really steep edge of this hill. And these deer should be crossing in front of me. That's the plan anyways. So it should be good. Other than that, hopefully things work out and we can put something down on the ground. Stick with me, guys. So I just got to the tree. I can hear an owl out there screeching. Took my time getting down here. Made sure I didn't break any branches. That way you can sneak in real quiet. So it's about 7:15 right now. Shooting was at 7:03. But even if I wanted to, I couldn't see anything. Well, it's a little after 8. Have yet to see a deer. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to come through. Seems to me like deer tend to either see right away in the morning, otherwise around a little after 9 until a little after 10 they start moving again. But we're going to try to make something come in right now and make a couple grunts, and then I'm going to take the black rack out and start clashing that together a little bit. Early on in the season like this, I don't like to just smash them. I'll just tickle the tines on it. So, because a lot of times it seems like these bucks are just messing around, getting a feel for it. Doesn't seem to like end of October, beginning of November when they really start clashing. So we'll try that, see if something comes in. So, I had those 2 little bucks coming through. I just got done doing an interview here and looked down, and sure enough, they're 40 yards walking in. All of a sudden I just basically seen some shadows moving. And the one small buck, or the bigger of the 2 actually, they're both small, but the one comes right underneath my stand. And dinger, I could have spit on the thing. It was right underneath me. And they went back and sparred for a little bit and came back up, and they both walked under my stand. So that was something else. And it was directly downwind, so that phase from Deer Society, man, that stuff, it really does work. Just insane. So it's the morning of October 25th. It's about 5:20 in the morning. I'm just getting ready to get ready and actually head down to the valley plot. So we have 2 different valley plots in this area. It's a big, huge valley, and we have one that we call Death Valley that we've had
really a lot of deer showing up on. The thing is, and that's where I actually wanted to go this morning, but all the deer that I've been seeing have been coming in right before light down there in the mornings, and I haven't had much for photos after light. So part of my fear is if I go in the morning that I'm gonna spook some of those away. So I'm gonna hold off from doing that. And it's been a really good evening spot. We've had a ton of deer showing up during daylight hours in the evening. So I plan to go out there this evening. And there's actually another food plot right before you get down there that's a little bit closer. And I'm gonna sit there this morning and just see how that goes. I know there's been nice bucks going through there, some scrapes going through that. They actually have a scrape line down the food plot there. So we'll get down there, check that out, see what happens there. But the main plan is for this evening to get down on that valley plot that we call Death Valley. So, because I think that one's gonna really produce, unless this one this morning produces. So stick with me and we'll see what happens.
Well, it's about 8:30 right now, and all of a sudden the woods just livened up with a bunch of leaves falling. I mean, they're falling everywhere. There's no wind. I think what's happened is it was like 28 degrees this morning, and all that frost got on these leaves, probably killed a bunch of them. Now that they're thawing out, they're just starting to fall. Tons of noise from it. Kind of cool. So it's the afternoon of October 25th, and I'm just getting ready to head out down to Death Valley. It's a beautiful valley plot that Tim Newman and I ended up creating. We cut down a bunch of trees, shot a doe off in September here, and haven't been down since. So I'm gonna get back down there, get in the saddle, and we've been having some good deer coming in. Had a shooter come in last night, but I wasn't down there. So my mobile camera actually showed me that, or told me that. So excited to get down there. We're gonna get at it, and hopefully we can put something down on the ground tonight. Stick with me. It's gonna be really tough sneaking in here. The leaves are just crunchy as can be. This morning they're frozen, and they got wet, and now they're dried out. Gotta love the fall. Alright, so I just walked up this ravine. The ravine goes all the way here. I walked up all the way up to about here by this tree and walked up the edge. So that way all my sound is silenced walking in, except for going up to my stand, which is right there. Alright guys, so I'm all set up in the stand, and it's a lot warmer than what I thought it was going to be. This morning it was 28 degrees, it's got to be like 55 or so right now. I'm up by the truck, man, it felt like 42 I think is what my temp said, but out in the sun it's warm. And being down in this valley, that sun just beats on you, and just gets you nice and warm. Be good in the winter. But so I'm just got my layers off right now, hanging out in the stand. It's 3:40. These deer have been coming in here all afternoon in the past couple days. Time to put the war paint on. These deer, take every advantage I can get. Well, this will trick them. they won't be able to see me or smell me. I took a shower, so I don't smell. So, we've got about 15 minutes until sunset. It's been really quiet, but we're getting to that magic hour where if these deer are going to start moving, they're going to do it soon. That are obviously after dark, but I think this should be good. I've had quite a few pictures of decent bucks coming in about 10-15 minutes before dark. Alright, so today is the day after Halloween, and which actually marks 5 years ago today. That's when I fell off a stand about 18 feet. So never fun falling. I always practice safety. Every night I had a harness on when I fell. I just was putting a stand up. But anyways, headed down to this valley plot right now. I hung this up with Paul Lauer from Midwest Whitetails, and we put it up. It's a great looking spot. Me, him, and his dad and his mom. We all went down. This was like over a week ago. But there's tons of scrapes in there. It looks like a great area. It's a nice little travel corridor for these bucks, and they've been really moving. So we got a couple different ones in there. We have one that we call hands on. Some people call it hands off. I call it hands on. So anyways, it's a nice buck. We have another one in there that's called Aladin. It's got these like hooks on its front main beams, and there's a few nice bucks in there. So I'm hoping to see one of them, take them, or get a good shot on one. Would be nice. So we got the southwest wind though. It's kind of blowing across me right now. I did have, while I was getting set up, what sounded to be like a deer. Could have been a coon too, but came walking right by me. There's scrapes all over in here. There's a nice water hole down there. I got a stream behind me. The bucks are running right through here. It should be a good spot this morning. So I just had Aladin come walking by at 30 yards broadside, wide open. It's a nice 3.5-year-old buck, but it's got a broken tine. Be a hell of a buck next year. There's bigger in here. I thought about shooting him, but I don't know. If he came back in, it'd be tempting. But there are definitely bigger deer in here. That was a lot of fun. Let's get a different one. Bigger.